So, what are we doing today? Remember when I was talking about my bass balance and we heard a little bit of crackling going on? That's because of this one. This is the VRX 6 Direct. There is another version called the VRX 6 420 or 400, I'm not sure. And two channels on this are running the 12-inch subs, and one channel is running the 8-inch on the right, and this one is running the 8-inch on the left. The channel 5 and 6, but the third channel for the 8-inch is distorting, and it's one half of the bridge goes on and off whenever it feels like, so we have to ditch it. Problem is it's doing 300 bridged on that channel, and if I drop it down to one channel it drops dramatically down to 80 watts, so I don't think that's going to keep up with the pairing of the other side. But what I have decided is I'm going to sacrifice stereo 12-inch subs so that we can get around this distorted right 8-inch, because it really annoys me. We're going to take the two channels 1 and 2 from the subs, and we're going to run the 8s. So it's around 240 a channel, so that's enough headroom. Putting out 60, 100 watts tops, so that's good headroom on that. The third channel is being unused, we're going to just not use it, and then because we took these to the 8s, we're going to have one spare channel here. Now this one on paper is 320, if I'm not wrong, I'll put it up, 340 into 4 ohms with its nominal distortion figures of 0.0, I think there could be another 0 there, but something like that, in the low distortions at full power. So that should be able to run the mono sub configuration with ease, and it's probably going to be enough power and more than I'm used to. It just runs the ultra low subs, 20 and below kind of thing. And I can either just run one of the cones, and then the other cone will be passive, or I can try and wire them up to get both of them going, but that'll drop it to 2 ohm and that'll be stupid. So I'll just keep one sub for now for this experiment. So we're going for a bit of a swap around, swapperoonies. That just involves me thinking straight for more than 30 minutes or so. That's my speaker amp connection grid. So I just have to locate the third channel that gets deleted, then I have to swap the 12s to the 8s, and that should be fun. It's like one of those things that you keep scratching your head, should I do this, should I do that? And then the fact that this bridged at 300, unbridged 80, that was the kicker, so I had to do something. So it turns out it could be as simple as unplugging these 8 inches, left, right, positive, negative, subs, positive, negative, 8 screws. Pretty fun. And then I could just feed the 112 with the Halpro 350 watt. Don't feed anything this, even though it'll be connected live. And these two are the 240 watt channels to run the 8s. I think we're going well. Yeah, so before I re-swap the plugs, I'm going to get us on a charge feed. Okay, get in. Alright, good. So I'm going to do a quick boot without these connected, in case that's the tweeter, like I always do a just in case boot, and if I can still hear tweeter mids and 6, I'm fine. So the computer's just booting. Is it really necessary to have that much cleavage to play the trumpet? I guess that's what she was thinking at the photo shoot too. something can manage a auto. Alright, now turning on system, changing to USB sound card. Always just press this button, make sure the volume's at halfway. This is how I know the computer's running, whether I get feedback. And there's Cindy Bradley. Sounds like Ricky Bobby. Tweeter. High mid. 6. Everything's fine. Ready for the bass swap. Do you ever get that feeling you don't have enough space in your workshop, garage, whatever? I have to put the cart out of gear and then I have to push it forward a metre, half a metre, and then I have to get myself a little bit more room at the back there. Doing the swap. 8 inch, 12 inch. I am now seeing which one wants to go which way. This one's on top, this one's on the bottom. That one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there. Holy dolly. I can actually see one of the 6 1/2 is a bit adrift. It's solid, there's just a gap. There's a gap. These little interconnects have little welding tips as a central connector. So my version of quick connects. It's been a good idea for the last 5 or 8 years or so. Alright, let's give that a shot. So those who don't know, this is a Ableton Live session. I'm running my DSP as I have a group called 8s, and then I have a subgroup for the 8s, which I'm doing the processing on, and then I'm doing the individual outs. Down here are the output assignments to the sound card, 7/8, 7/8, and they're both mono channels. So in this group up here is the 12-inch subgroup. I'm doing groups here, even though it's one only. I have the crossover on one channel and then the EQ and delays on the other channel. So it's being fed to 17/18. So basically, without the amps being on, this has to become 7 and 8, like so. And this one's have to be 17/18. I can actually do mono 17 and mono 18, but so I did something in. That's why I don't have that live with the amps. Oh, 17/18, what a lucky fumble. And 17/18. Hopefully with my consistent logical wiring, everything should be left, right, logical. There's a little bit of a lag. So that should be correct. The power will all be different. I'm going to have to retune. That'll be fun. It's just a matter of re-leveling and checking for gain, headroom, and then just running a quick left-right tune. So this subs one, I'm going to have to work out which is the dud channel and which is the good channel. So yeah, we'll be running both if I leave it like that. And so I'll just try one right now. I'll turn it on. I'm going to turn the volume down here. Volume down. Anyone doesn't know, this is a Newmark Orbit MIDI controller, which I use for main volume. So that'll be loud. This will be okay. This will be really, really soft. And I also have a foolproof second gain. I have to keep this one low. It's actually real time. Runs the last possible fader in the chain. So this is my last possible volume, so I don't get any surprise jumps with this one, which from time to time happens. Turning on the amp. I've just soloed the bass channels. And I'll put on the 6s as well. Wait for this amp to boot. It says a 20-second timer, which I still have from previous installations, which I probably don't need anymore, but it's in there. And now I can hear stuff. Okay, let's put that in mono. Turn it up a bit. Now let's turn off that 6. So I've got a feeling one of these is out of phase. What do you think? Oh, that's pretty straight ahead. Out of mono. Same mono. Yeah, they're in phase. The wiring is good. Whether the relative phase. Listen to that sub. Now that's either the dodgy VRX channel or it's the good Halcro channel. I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn the pan. I'm going to slowly pan. So that's much quieter. So it's either the dodgy VRX or the good Halcro. I'm going to have to unplug that VRX one just so there's no guessing. It took me the fact that I had to turn all the speakers to work out that my left and right 8s were back to front. Pan this way, I felt the bass over that way, and then treble this way. Pan the other way, treble that way, bass that way. So this. Alright, so without trying to kill anything, I found this one here. It's preset independent, and I can do a swap. I'm going to try the phase. Now that sounds quieter. Try a different tune. The one, more of a tune that I know the bass in. I don't know about you guys, but I reckon this should be the way people see it. And these sound cards, loud and proud. Yeah, so I'm just trying to talk over this. Everything's still running. This is the VRX channel 5, 6 bridged. Disconnecting the one of the wires. Oops, they're off. And I'll put that like there. Because, you know, be live. That's just going into a piece of wood, so that should be fine. Now this is the Halcro. This is the Halcro connection. That black stuff's just from when I was doing my shrink, so don't worry about that either. Yeah, so I was saying before, it'd be good if they were sticking out like that, and that bottom half was hidden, like this. Yeah, but anyway, so here's that song that was giving me side bass questions, and there's a lot of side bass. This is mid side, middle. This is way over here with a 50 and a 40. And some over here. There's really sharp mono. And a lot of ambient bass. And when I press mono, I can check my tune. So yeah, this song was giving me questions, and rightly so. But when I press mono, that's I wanted it at full mono. So you can enjoy these wide bassy tunes. If you have enough up front stereo bass, you can't really get that with a mono sub or an off-center front sub. So it turns out 1.5 dodgy channels is worse than 2 less stronger good channels. So 240 on each 8-inch is enough. So I've just been manually adjusting the gains. So every song has its flavour that it had before, and like the whole top end from 100 Hz up is the same. So if there's anything below there, I've just balanced out. When that one came on, it always used to trouble my little suspect channel. So I'm playing all my suspect tracks, you know, the ones I'd have to always reach for the bass. So no more reaching. That's a good sign. Everything ran pretty smooth. This is now only running, you know, the 2 8s, and it doesn't have to run 2 12s and an 8. I guess the total output is considerably less, and it's just not even lukewarm. This gained, I guess, an extra few hundred watts, and it's not hot at all. It's lukewarm. It was only about a 40-minute session, and the sound cards sitting up here, they still generate their own heat. Like that one's hot, that one's not. This one's lukewarm. Yeah, so this one's doing a lot of work for some reason. What are you doing? This one's receiving the SP diff. Okay, that's the end of this video. Go do something else. Maybe you could watch another one of my videos. Okay, bye.